The Nine continue to be one of the most mysterious groups in Destiny. If you've been around, you've heard the tales and legends. If you're new, you may be questioning what the heck a Nine is. We have discussed the Nine previously, but with a 30th anniversary event containing more secrets involving them, I wanted to take a look at some of the biggest mysteries with the Nine and some of the weird things they have done. Mysteries that some of which are still unsolved. So briefly, the Nine are dark matter entities connected to the planets and sun in our solar system. 5 of the 9 are said to be friendly or wish to interact with humans in a more positive way. The other 4 of the 9 are a little more sinister, for reasons we'll talk about in a little bit. So that's the basic overview of what we know about who or what the 9 actually are. The origins of Orin and Xur. The 9 being these dark matter entities needed messengers to interact with us humans. One faction sent Xur and Orin to study Guardians and the Light, to seek the secret of effect without cause and to protect the source of that secret, the last source, now that the Ahamkara are gone. So Orin was an awoken Guardian who was seeking answers and got turned into the Emissary. She used to be very close to Queen Mara, as we've seen in some previous cards, and then she just disappeared one day to study the 9 and boom, she's the Emissary. Xur is a little bit of a different story though. From the Bone lore card, it says this. Lavinia speaks to Ikora. Why do you think the 9 needed Ahamkara? Ikora asks dangerously. To make wishes, Lavinia pants. Xur didn't appear in the tower until the end of the Great Ahamkara hunt. Whatever they used to get from the Ahamkara, she leaves it unsaid. Maybe the 9 are now getting it from the Guardians. So that's how Xur became a thing. The 9 used to use the Ahamkara to their advantage, which are dragons who grant wishes, but now that they are extinct, some of them have turned to the Guardians. Now it's kind of implied that Xur was created because of an Ahamkara wish, as he didn't appear until the end of the Great Hunt, or you can interpret that a different way, that he was created after the hunt because they needed someone else. If the 9 had the light, they could seed their own minds, free themselves from the dependence on matter life. They could gain forces beyond gravity to structure themselves, and so become more than wraiths of dark dust. They could enter the mad alien superworld of our chemical reality, so they turned to this new hope, and were divided. So this was the goal of the 9, learning about and possibly using the light. They turned to this new hope, which would be the Light and the Guardians, and then they were divided into the 5 and then the 4. Letting the Red War happen. As mentioned, the 4 among the 9 were a little more evil. Here's an example of something they've done to mess with us in the past. She sees how one of the 9 blinded Guardians to Gaul's approach, risking everything, for Gaul would have destroyed the sun and the 9 with it to learn how to steal the light. She sees how that one was punished. So we got this information a couple of years after the Red War, and it answers a lot. We were kind of confused how Gaul's entire fleet showed up and they got through the reef. We didn't really have any knowledge on it, and it's because this specific member of the 9 cut off our communications and basically let them through.
Can't you tell? Ikora, what have you got?
Someone or something has sabotaged the Skyline defense systems.
And comms have been spotty for the last few hours. Every sensor beyond the wall has gone dark.
Maybe it's just the storm. Maybe it's... What are the set feeds telling us?
Nothing.
Well, that's good, right?
No. I mean, they're not there. There are no satellites.
And that's not good.
Battle stations!
Alliance with the Awoken. Now the 9 have a weird relationship with the Awoken in general. They've partnered with Mara in the past, as we witnessed in the Queen's Court where she's speaking to the Emissary, but other times they did weird things like release Skolas, turned on Mara during the events of Forsaken, not really believing in her cause, and also supposedly killing Mara's companion, Sjur Eido, leaving nothing behind but a strange coin.
The clever one is in peril.
No, she will manage.
They will annihilate her.
Then she will die as one of us, gladly.
She will regret before the end.
You don't know the meaning of that word.
She will beg for death's release.
You cannot kill what has already died.
The Nine basically need life to keep existing for them to survive. If everything in the system dies, so do these dark matter beings. This is why they mess with us from time to time in various ways. During this season of The Drifter, the Nine would attempt to show the Drifter himself visions of the future, which he didn't want to be a part of. This of course was connected to the nature of the darkness and a possible collapse on the horizon.
Horse. Okay.
We have enjoyed watching you. We came to say farewell. Our attention is required elsewhere.
All right. Thanks for the memories, you lunatic. Anything else I can do for you?
You're already doing it. Keep playing the game.
That season was heavily focused on those ideals and the interaction with the Nine themselves. Orin and the Drifter spoke, and we would witness conversations between the Nine themselves and various characters. Now another weird thing is that the Nine would foresee certain things happening in the future, like the arrival of Aramis and also us using stasis. Speaking of stasis and the darkness, the Prophecy Dungeon was the Nine's latest addition, attempting to teach us more about light and dark. There is the lore interactions you can hear from Eris and the Drifter, and there's also the mechanics themselves throughout the level which would teach us more. Literally collecting light and dark modes to progress these mechanics, and standing in shadow and light to obtain the modes themselves. So the Nine are super weird and have many mysteries unanswered. Hopefully we get some more information on this in the dungeon and the new free event dropping in that anniversary pack, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching. My name's Evade, and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.